All right, so this is exciting. This is going to be our first, I think, of many interviews that we want to do this kind of series. So I'm Brant with Bearded Builds Co., and I've got Josh with Wrights Woodworks, and I've got Taran here with Hooks Design Co. And we want to talk. We're here to talk a little bit more about the OneLaser machine, but we want to know some of the stuff behind the scenes and where you came from for Hooks Designs Co. And so I'm going to open up the floor a little bit to tell about your business, Taryn, and kind of what you've been doing and what experience you have in the laser industry and what machines you've used prior to coming to OneLaser.
Yeah, so I started off about 3.5 years ago with a Ohmtech 80 watt, and me and my wife both run a business off of that. So my wife owns a studio in town, and she does wood cutouts and paint classes with it. And
Cool. All
then
right.
I also own a hat company, just hats, tumblers, whatever. So and I started that about a year and a half ago. And we've been looking for a new laser. So my wife cuts a lot, I engrave a lot, and we were trying to decide what way to go, a CO2 or RF laser. And then all of a sudden, OneLaser came out, and I thought, holy cow, this is perfect for
You're
us.
like, if my
It,
ideas could have a baby, this is what it would be
Exactly.
for you.
It was perfect timings. We were just getting ready to we were gonna buy something on Black Friday. We were thinking, oh, the deals are gonna be out there. We're gonna buy something. Then, a few weeks before is when the first time I heard about it. And
Gotcha.
that's when we bought it.
Cool. So we're talking about, so we've got more of craft projects, wood stuff, and then you're doing the hat game.
Yep.
And so yeah, like really like looking for a machine that's be able to pack a punch and do the cuts, but be
Hmm.
delicate to get a good look on like your leather products and your leatherette. So
Yeah.
yeah, totally. So remind me so you said an Ohm Tech machine, what size power kind of machine were you working with?
Red and black 80 watt.
Okay.
Yep. It's been a
We're
workhorse. Yeah.
we're pretty familiar with that.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, that's cool. So coming from that 80-watt machine, 20 by 28-inch bed, right?
Yep.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your experience. Like you said that it's been a workhorse. Did you have to do much with that Ohm Tech machine? What was your experience like getting that machine and using it throughout your
Yeah,
your
not
business?
too much. It was a lot more of a setup and stuff. It was my first laser too,
Yeah.
and everything, but it wasn't horrible. It was a works every day. We've had a power
Yeah.
supply go out of it, which was common on them, I think, and
Yeah. Right.
but that's pretty much about it.
Okay. Well, awesome. It's nice to know that like you're still having a good experience regardless of what the laser was, and you're able to do a lot with your
Yeah,
business. Because I
yeah,
know for people like us, that's one of the most important things is like getting that value and getting your foot in the door.
yep,
Sometimes that can be like the cost of entry is a kick in the
y-
pants when you look at some
yeah.
of these machines.
Oh yeah, yeah. It got us in. I actually originally started off running a CNC router that
Okay.
paid for the laser. The laser paid for an embroidery machine, and then the laser also paid for this too. So
Nice. Well, that sounds like a similar story with Josh and myself. We started with CNC on
yeah,
the old X carves that at least me, his was a Shapeoko, but I
that's what
swear
I got too, is Shapeoko, and
I made my
it's
fingers
cobbled
bleed.
together right now, but it's
Yeah,
still kind of running.
awesome. So yeah, let's talk about like moving into, the Hydra. So Black Friday sales, looking for that deal. And you got what you needed. Both of your businesses are able to run off the back of this because you've got power on one side with that glass tube, and then the RF tube is able to give you your good detail. Um, so let's talk about the experience. We'll fast forward through like the wait because we know what that's like. It sucks. It sucks waiting.
I knew
Um,
it was gonna happen. I wasn't in a hurry. I already had a laser anyways, and
yeah.
it actually came sooner than I thought.
Well, good. So let's
I knew it was gonna take a while though, a startup and everything like that. So
yeah.
So how did you get
So
into the hat stuff?
uh it just super random. We got the laser, and my wife started her business first. And then I just made some hats for myself, my personal business. I own a dairy farm, and posted on my Snapchat or Instagram. And all of a sudden, some people started talking about it and wanting some for them, and kind of blew up from there.
That's
Because
usually how it starts. That's
yeah,
usually
I
how it
wasn't
goes.
even a business or anything at that point, and I started selling too many. I'm like, okay, I got to do something here, so I have to actually become a business now. And
Yeah.
I mean, we've done tens of thousands now, probably, of hats.
And where are you guys located?
Michigan,
Okay.
Central Michigan, middle of nowhere.
There you go. That's
not
out
too
by
far from
Cam.
Cam though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, that's awesome. It's always nice to hear like it doesn't take a lot, but you got to be able to talk about your business. You got to be
Right.
able to share what you're doing. If you just sit in a closet, you're never going to get anywhere.
Right.
Um,
Yep.
but yeah, so let's talk a little bit about what your experience was like receiving the machine and go from there, like the crate, getting it, unboxing, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. I had a skid loader here. They just pulled up. It was middle of a snowstorm, of course. And yeah, I just unloaded it. It was crated up perfect. Nothing moved, no problems with it. I had a little video that I did about unboxing it and stuff, I think, but I don't talk in my videos or anything. This is the first time I've been on camera in years, so but yeah, it
Well,
was all
we're
set
breaking you
up.
in.
Yeah, it was all set up, ready to go. Mirrors were perfect. I had a little card to put in my scan offsets, and those everything just worked. I had it running. I It came at about noon, and I was running my first patch at about 3:30.
That's awesome.
It's,
Yeah.
that's pretty
Because
impressive.
that's almost unheard of, and that's
It
something that
was fast.
it's with other brands that even we've all dealt with. It sounds like that there's a
Yeah.
little bit more setup involved.
Yeah.
It's making
Which
sure
I
it's
had a
aligned and
background
all that.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah. I had a background in it too, so I knew what I was doing, and I was emailing with them the whole time it was here too. And
oh good.
I just have it out in my cold barn right now, so I don't have the water chiller hooked up or anything. I've just been running the RF tube, and they
Yeah,
talked me through, how to do that and everything, shut off the laser one and all of that. So
Awesome.
nice.
So would you say when you got your machine, did you have to align it at all, or how did it come? Was there any adjustments you had to make to get it going that first day?
no, no, I didn't have to do anything to it. It was good right off the bat. I had to
I
do
mean that
Great.
some
that's
That's good
money.
adjustments
to
in
hear. I
light
mean, I had a
burn.
similar experience with mine too.
Yeah, I had to do some adjustments
Right.
just in my light burn for the autofocus. It was touching down. Then when I started it, the bed was raising up a little bit, so I just
Gotcha.
had to go in and change that. But it
Okay,
it worked flawless.
Awesome.
that's awesome. So, what do you think so far? So, obviously, you've had your hands on it for a couple of weeks. You've been running some projects. I know I've seen you running, patches for hats. What is your overall thoughts, feelings about the build, about the machine itself? And we'll start with that.
It seems super rigid. It Nothing moves on it. It's a very solid machine. Just compared to just opening the door on it compared to the my other machine, and it just everything just feels stronger on
Nice
it.
and
So
smooth.
yeah, but yeah, like I said, I only have the RF running on it, but I did a couple wood cuttings on it my wife was making a bigger sign that didn't fit on our other laser, so I put it on here, and it cut it fine, even just with the RF tube. So
And how thick was the material you were using on that?
I think it was quarter inch.
So
It wasn't
no
doing it
issues.
fast, but it cut it perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, still, we're talking about a 38-watt tube.
Yeah.
So it's not this big monster. Like I've got a, 150-watt sitting out my garage,
Yeah.
and that thing will cut quarter inch like nobody's business.
Yeah.
But we're,
And
we're talking about a 38-watt.
yeah, and I'm running stock air assist still
Mm.
too. So
Yeah.
I don't have any. I have a Liberty's control coming, but I don't have it yet, and I don't even have my laser room done right now. So that's getting all
Gotcha.
remodeled right now to fit a bigger machine in it. So
There you go.
Awesome. Awesome. What are your what
Okay.
are your initial take on the RF tube versus the results you're getting from your other CO2 glass tube in your other
oh,
machine?
the detail. I just redid some patches for my friend. One of the first patches I did a couple years ago, and I just ran some last night, and just I had one of their old ones from some older leather, JDS leather stuff too, and it was not as good leather, not as good of a machine, and then on this one you could just see all the little details on it. And a lot
That
happier putting a patch out looking like that.
that's awesome. Yeah, I do. I had similar experience when I first ran the RF tube. I was like blown away.
Yeah.
And when Brian from Liberty Controls came down last weekend, and his wife runs their business, and they do a lot of patches, and they import, not import, but they send them over to Hawaii for some businesses over there. And she was blown away by the detail of the RF tube, and they have the
Yeah.
same OM Tech machine you have, and they were blown away by the detail of that RF tube, especially on leatherette.
Yeah.
She was just like beside herself. She's like, "We got to get one of these ordered right now. This is
Yeah.
legit."
And
So
it's very consistent. Like I'll run one single patch on mine and it does okay, but then when you put a whole bunch of them together, it just never does the same. But this, it's just super crisp lines running 800 or 1200. It
yep,
don't
That's
matter.
awesome. Well, and I mean, that's the thing too, is like, so you're seeing its consistency. So you've got
Yeah.
consistency, left side, right side, front, back, like you name it, you're getting the
Hmm.
same results all over the bed.
Yeah. And it's a
That's awesome.
lot faster. I run my own tech at 300 usually. Little more, little less lines per inch though. And then I normally just do 800 on this. I'm not in a if I'm in a big hurry, I'll bump it up to 1200, but I do a little more lines per inch though with the RF.
yeah, you'll have
Which,
to because of the dot size of the beam is a
Yeah,
lot. It's like a quarter of the size of your CO2 glass
yeah.
tube dot. So
Hmm.
no, that's awesome. That's money. So, I mean, so far you've done wood products, your quarter inch stuff, you're doing your leatherette on this machine. Um, that's awesome.
Yep.
What are your ideas for the future? Because I mean, obviously now you've got a bigger bed, a bigger machine. You haven't
Yeah,
even been able to touch the glass tube yet.
I
So
know.
what's the
Yeah.
future?
I have a pie burn grip too sitting here ready to go. I need to get that going one of these days. Um, I'm sure I'll be doing stuff for my wife's business on it. Yeah, I do a bunch of just random things too, glass bottles and just whatever my friends have too. And I don't know.
Awesome.
Yeah, just kind of
So
now that I have two machines, my wife doesn't, we can run both of them. So I have more time now. So I can start expanding,
oh,
doing
just wait.
different things.
The laser addiction is just starting.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna start collecting.
Yeah, I already have.
well, I mean, heck, right next to me, I've got a little diode that I use for demonstration when I do like one-on-one stuff. So I'm like, I got
Yeah.
lasers all over. There's one here, one over there, off in
Yep.
the garage.
Yep.
We'll be talking this time next year, Taran, and you'll have 6 lasers because you're like, hey, this is
Uh,
great. I can run
I know.
twice the amount of projects in the same time. So that's how it starts. It
Yep.
just welcome to the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really promote my hats even. It's all just been word of mouth. Just I don't know. I'm busy also, but now that I can run more faster, we're gonna start pushing it harder.
That was my
Yeah.
next question. So are you? It's just word of mouth. That's how you sell all those hats.
Yeah, just
That's crazy.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok sometimes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
Are
we
you
sorry, what was that?
I was gonna say, are you doing like your own designs? Is it people coming to you with their logos?
Just pretty much businesses is all I do right now.
Okay.
So I want to start getting into, the trends and stuff and posting those and selling those. We do some craft shows, hat bar setups at craft shows.
Oh,
Those
cool.
usually do really well too. And we're gonna do more of those this year. So
Cool. You ever see
yeah.
yourself trying to get a travel machine, like one that you actually hook up at a fair and do some
I know
on-site stuff?
I've been seeing people have their hat bar trailers and stuff, so I don't know. Maybe one day, but I would need more time.
Yeah. No, and I honestly, it's like always dreams of like, what do I want to do? And is it worth
Yeah,
the headache?
right. Yeah, we usually just do this after kids go to bed. We come out to the barn and work,
Nice.
sometimes at lunch. So,
Nice.
yeah.
So when you were like, hey, I think one laser's the one, like what are some of the other machines that you were comparing to and what really pointed you to this one? I mean, I already know like you're talking, hey, the two tubes, like,
Yeah.
but what else? Like what is kind of standing out to you now?
So we were looking at Thunder, the Bolt 32 probably was what I was gonna do because I wanted a bigger bed. Like if I wanted an
Uh-huh.
RF, I wanted also a bigger bed so we could do her bigger signs and stuff on it. But that was a pretty penny for that too,
Yeah.
and it just didn't have the cutting power to cut her stuff faster. Like we want to be able to cut her time down and my time down.
Yeah.
So we were looking at I don't know, I don't remember the other brands, I guess, but pretty much Thunder and then this. So
Gotcha. Yeah, because remind me, so the Bolt 32, what's the size of the bed on that one? Do you recall?
I think it's 32 inch. I
Is
think
it
that's what it,
32?
yeah.
Okay. Bolt 32. I'm pulling it up.
It's a big machine though. This is a big machine, sorry. Lot bigger than my Ohm Tech. We were pretty surprised when it came out. Holy cow, we need a bigger room.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need a bigger garage. That's
Yeah.
where I gotta do.
Oh, I got a big garage. I'm just kind of stuffed in the corner back here with a little drape hanging down, and I have to heat it because it's been -degrees here.
I'll stay here. I mean, Utah, what we're in the
Yeah.
20s right now, teens at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here, I was trying to pull up the specs. Yeah, so Bolt 32, yeah, so it's a 20 by 32-inch bed.
Okay.
And yeah, so on your machine, it's a 24-35, I think
Yeah.
is what that nine is. So yeah, I mean, you got a bigger bed, you've got both the tubes that you wanted, and it was cheaper,
Yeah.
right? So sounds like a deal to me. I mean, yeah, that
Yeah.
Bolt 32, like just looking at the website, you're talking almost $15,000 for
Oh
what it says
yeah.
it's starting at.
Yeah, it's not that. It's more than that. But
And
Yeah.
Thunder makes a great machine, and you can't knock them for that. The main difference between One Laser and Thunder is the price. A lot of the components seem to be the same, and the specs and the
yeah.
efficiency of all the machines.
But another thing on that Thunder, I joined a Thunder Facebook page. That's always my go-to is joining a Facebook page.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And so I joined their Facebook page and they were saying that the Bolt 32, how their air assist is set up, they don't cut wood very well. it doesn't come
Hmm.
out the nozzle, it shoots
It's
off to the
mounted to the
side.
side. Yeah.
Yeah. So they say it doesn't cut as well as a normal RF laser, that the air assist goes through the nozzle.
Yeah, that was one of the first questions that I got asked when we first started announcing the one laser line was about the X series even and saying, hey, like on those smaller machines, like how is the air assist routed? And I was like, well, what do you mean? How is it routed? Like it goes through the nozzle. Because like that's all I've ever known. Like, our machines, our
Right.
other past machines have always worked that way. And so I started doing some research and asking some questions. And yeah, come to find out, it's this little hook that kind of comes off to the side that's
Hmm.
blowing the air. So
Hmm.
yeah, it is like on all the one laser machines, it's all coming direct over your cut lines. And so yeah, it definitely makes a difference.
Yeah.
And
And
you'll
I like
definitely,
the air or the autofocus on this a lot more too. I have an autofocus machine and I've never used it, never touched it on my own tech
You
because
don't
I've
trust
seen
it.
all the horrors. I've seen the pictures. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, you'll definitely notice a difference in your cut quality after you install your Liberty Controls kit.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for that too. I don't know what
Yeah.
PSI. I run 30 usually with my home tech, 30 PSI
Yes,
for cutting.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that you'll do the same, 30 psi. I
Yeah.
have it set. My compressor set at around 55 psi. The output, then the regulator's at 30. So
Yep. Yep. That's what I do too. So,
Yeah. So I mean, I'm excited for you guys. I can't wait to get mine. When we started working with One Laser, they kind of tried to, at least with the laser guys, spread out the line of lasers that they were able to produce. And so right now I've got the XRF, Josh has the Hydra 9, and then Cam has the XT. So he's got the
mhm.
glass version of the desktop. And so yeah, I'm stoked to get mine. I'm getting a Hydra 13
Oh,
and I can't wait because I've had some qualms with my 150 watt machine, and I don't love how it like the controller isn't Ruida. It's one of the Trosen
uh,
controllers, and so it just works different. And so I'm used to being able to do different effects where I can lower the bed to go a little bit out of focus and then
yeah.
raise it back in to do my cut. And I can't do that anymore. I haven't been able to do it for over a year, and it's driving me nuts. And so I'm excited to get mine and be able to really, take advantage, same thing as you, the glass for the cutting and then the metal for the engraving. That'll be
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah, that's another thing. I haven't got the camera set up on this yet either, so I gotta sit down and do that one of these days too.
The funny thing is though, like us OGs that like we figured it out without it, like
yeah,
I
Yeah,
still I got it, but I still don't use it because I like my
yeah,
jigs and it just feels good.
exactly. I have a board cut in the corner of my own text. I just slide everything up to the top corner. I know where it is every time.
there you
Yeah. So
go.
I know it's a big deal to a lot of first time users
Yeah,
and people that are like getting into it, like using that camera. And yeah, it works. Like it does what it's supposed to. I
yeah,
just yeah, I'm a purist. And
yeah,
even in like your industrial application, when you start talking to people that run lasers every day for, whatever like big business it is that they run, a lot of them use jigs. So
right.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
the way that the
I
West was
probably
won.
won't use it too much, but it'd make for a cool video and everything. I'd want it to work since I have
Yeah. No,
it.
I hear
My
you.
wife might use it.
I
Yeah,
think a
I
lot of
hear
the
you.
camera hype, a lot of the camera hype comes from the Glowforge transplants that are, looking to get a bigger machine and faster machines. So that's their
Yeah,
number one question is when they're moving from, the Glowforge to something bigger. Does it have a camera? Because they're so used to it.
yeah.
So I've
It's an
never
easy
used a
thing to
camera.
slap
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. I've never
Yeah.
used
Yeah.
a camera. I don't even know how to calibrate the camera. So
Yeah,
I just,
that's exactly. I read the calibration thing. I'm like, this is for another day.
No, and I mean I've installed a camera on a couple of my machines and then I've also set up the one on the X series. And it is nice, like especially if you got like some scrap material that you're trying to maximize the space and use. you can definitely
Yeah.
get it in there. You can line up like some earrings or line up some small cuts or some magnets or whatever you want to do. But it's
Hmm.
definitely something that has its purpose. But for us, it sounds like we've got other ways of taking care of the
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what button to press and just, all right, it goes right here probably. Yep. And then just move it over there. All right, we're good.
Yep, totally. Awesome. Well, I don't know if, Josh, if you have any other like specific questions that you wanted to ask, or if Taryn, if you have any insight or recommendations that you would give to somebody that's looking for a one laser machine or their next machine and why one laser.
Oh man. Yeah, just I haven't had a problem. So it's been a great machine. I hope to, post more about it and everything, more I play around with it, but it's just worked. Like I was saying, like I couldn't believe I got it going so fast after getting it. Like it just came right out of the box. Just it's a perfect laser for a first time user or someone that's been doing it for years. So
Uh, I
I
don't know
mean,
what else you say.
yeah.
that's yeah. There's a lot, when we went live last night, there's a quite a few people that are on the fence. They're like, oh, we really want one. We just need to see a little bit more action on them because, it's now that they're starting to get out to the public and the people that have purchased them, like yourself, it's the word's going to get out. These
Yeah.
are the real deal. They're not just some, Kickstarter little
Right.
toy machine.
Yeah.
These are legit, and I use mine every day for my business as well. So they're not little hobby machines. They're workhorses.
Cool. Well, I think, no, yeah, I appreciate you taking the time and sharing your experience with us and giving us all a little bit more insight because it is hard. I know the people that we were talking to last night live, they wanted to know more, but they're always asking, they want somebody that's not an influencer. They want to hear from like
Hmm.
the real person. I don't I don't feel like I'm an influencer. I do more tutorial stuff and like trying to teach
Right.
people and
Yeah.
tell people what's going on. But people still, because we maybe got a machine for free or we have some connection with the company, like they don't look at us the same way as they do like you. Like you are the user. You are the person that spent your hard-earned money on this machine and said, you know what, this is the route that I want to go, and this is going to be on, my business is going to be the back of this machine. So we
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime we can do this more if you want, and try to do more with the laser and videos and stuff. So
Yeah, I mean, maybe in the future we have you join us on a live and we
yeah,
can we can do some more. Maybe we'll have some demo stuff so we can help show the other people that are out there on the fence.
yeah, I'd be down now that I got the nerves out. So
Nice,
Cool.
nice.
Awesome. Well, yeah, keep us posted and like as you're making things and seeing things out there, like, post, like share with us what
hmm.
you're doing and so that way we can keep in touch and maybe if
Yeah,
you have any great ideas or really cool projects, yeah, share it with the community and let us
yeah,
know
I
how
gotta
we can
start.